behind the Tears and Smiles. Today, me and Danen, come on over here so I can introduce you. This is my buddy Danen Gogue. You'll hear me referring him to Don Gogue. Danen and I have been buddies since we were teenagers. He is my business consultant. He helps me with a lot of the video work and a lot of photography work. And today, on today's episode, I'm going to show him the drawing that I did for the album cover, for the debut album cover. It's going to be called Row Tears and Smiles. So we're going to review the drawing and do some photography work on it today so that we can get that sucker uploaded onto the computers so that you guys can hear the first album. So we're going to check it out. You guys are a fly on the wall, so to speak, as we move forward. So anyway, so the logo we had decided a long time ago was going to be hand-drawn. I decided to do it on vellum with some ink and some colored pencil. So let me show you what it's looking like. So that's what I did there. I think it came out pretty good.
Nice.
I think the challenge was to make this look transparent. Luckily I had this to kind of go by, so I had that kind of next to me. I know it's not exact, but it's pretty darn close. So I needed to get that teardrop transparent. Wanted to make sure we got that smile part on there, a little bit of reflection next to it. And then I wanted to make sure, because I know once we take a photograph of it, this is going to get shrunk down.
Right.
I want to make sure that we don't lose it. The only spot I was really concerned about maybe losing is these edges of the orange, you know, because it's not quite as dark as some of the others. So I'm crossing my fingers that when we photograph it and we shrink it down, that because that color's not so dark, that it doesn't kind of wash away, so to speak.
Right.
But underneath it, take these little pieces of tape off. I've got a little white sheet of paper to help bring out the white behind it. We'll probably need to flip it around. We've got some ink on it, so I'll flip it around just to help make it nice and bright. Type of thing. And I'm thinking that maybe the strategy is to take it outside and, like I said, use that merchandise table that we have and actually film it outside and photograph it outside, because I think these kind of lights, they'll probably make this yellow. What do you think?
Probably.
So we'll photograph it outside and then send it to Tony Avila, and then he can do his computer magic to make sure that the background stays white. And then I want another one where there's no background at all, so that we can plop it on any color that we want and we'll still have it. But I think I like the way it looks big, so I think once it's shrunk down, I'm probably going to like it even more.
For sure.
Yeah, in terms of what it looks like.
Yeah, it'll make it look cleaner.
Yeah, it'll look nice and clean. So that's it. I didn't make this completely black, you know, like the logo is. It's kind of almost a really, really, really dark gray. But I'm thinking as it shrinks, the gaps that we're still seeing on the shading, they're going to get smaller anyway.
Right.
So it'll probably darken as it gets smaller too. And I wanted it to still look like it was hand drawn. I wanted it to have that kind of retro look, as opposed to just something I did on the computer. So, and I hope that when it gets shrunk down, I hope we can still read where it says Tears and Smiles. I hope we don't lose that. Once that, maybe it'll even be easier to read when it gets shrunk down. You know?
Might be. It's hard to say. I think the tears will probably
That pops pretty good.
pop pretty well. The smiles, because it's a little bit more condensed,
And not
a
as
little closer together.
and not as dark either.
Right. We'll see.
So that's the plan. So let's take it outside and shoot it, and we'll go from there.
Let's do it.
All right, let's go. Take this. You can turn that off, and we'll head outside. Okay, so we're out here in my backyard, and Danen's taking some photographs of the logo. I'll zoom in on it so you can see it. This is like a sneak peek. So this is all hand drawn. It's pen and ink with colored pencil. So it's kind of cool. So we're going to photograph that, and that's going to be the album cover. And so we're going to try photographing it in the bright light, and then we're going to move it off into more of the shade here on the porch. That way we have different brightness of light outside. And then we'll send it to my graphic design buddy, Tony Avila, who he'll make sure that the background stays nice and bright white. And we want another one where there's no background at all. So Danen's over here. He's got his bag out, getting all his little goodies.
Let's try it in the shade.
Alrighty. We'll try it in the shade.
Okay.
I think we got it, huh?
I don't know what else we can do.
Alrighty. Let's do some marking.
Okay.
Okay. Alright, so you know number 3, which is the first one, is blurry.
Okay.
So that one's out. It's a little bit blurry too.
Yeah.
So number 4 is out.
Way out.
That's 4 or 5 is washed out. 6 is washed out. That one's not bad.
Number 7.
Number 7. Which is better, 7 or 8?
Probably. I don't know. They're about the same. It's just that they took on 2 different orientations of the camera. I like that one better.
Okay, so 8's a good one. 7 and 8 are our best bets so far. That's 9. This one's better. I'm looking at the outside edge of the S. Watch when we go to the next one. It's kind of washed out. Over there, it's got a little bit more oomph to it.
Which one's that?
This is 8,
Okay.
which is better than 9. That's still 8. Right, that's 9. Let's go to 10. That's 10. This looks kind of fuzzy.
Yeah.
Kind of fuzzy there. That's washed out.
That one, to me, looks pretty clear.
See if we can rotate it. Rotate. The software might just let you see them and not do anything with them, which is fine for now. Alright, that was number 12. And that's just kind of that different angle. 13 and 14.
14's better than 13, I think.
Yes.
Depth of field is better.
Down 14 is just kind of that different angle.
Yeah.
Alright, so what do we got? We got 7, 8, and 12.
Yep.
That's That's 12. I like, the way the outline on that shows up. It seems like sometimes on the blue it gets kind of washed away.
I think on that one, I don't know what it is, but to me, I'm getting more here the feeling of that being transparent than I was on some of the other ones. Maybe it's just the orientation. I don't know.
All right, the other ones, that was 12.
8 and 7.
8 and 7. Let's go to 8 and 7. That's 8. 7. Yeah, that did kind of give you that a little bit. At least it seemed like it, huh? Let's try them again since we have light.
Okay.
Well, let's try them with the autofocus. See if it captures it. You want me to kick this thing out? Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave
Okay.
that.
I'm going to delete all of them except those 4. Because there's no sense having them.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to delete 3. 3 through 6 is going to be gone. Delete. I'm going to grab them. So I'm going to keep 7 and 8. I'm going to get rid of 9, 10, and 11. And we're going to keep 14 and 12, so I'm going to get rid of 13. Alright. Eject this sucker. Did you see a big difference between whether or not we used the shade or the light outside?
Now the camera was adjusting for it.
There's your chip. Alright.